Hi, in this video, we will learn on how to create a deployment pipeline for Martini using Jenkins. First, let's open our remote Git repo. In this video, we've used GitHub. Then go to Jenkins file. The Jenkins file contains all the commands used to deploy the package to the Martini server. You can obtain a copy of this Jenkins file in our Git repo. Let's discuss the different commands in this Jenkins file. Make sure that the required packages are installed where your Jenkins server is, especially zip and jQuery. First, we need to go to the directory where the package is. Then we will zip the package and name it accordingly. Using REST API, we will request an access token from the Martini server. Make sure that you have the correct URL and login credentials. Lastly, we will deploy the package to the Martini server using the obtained access token. The URL, username, and password in this Jenkins file are just placeholders. Replace them with the correct ones or set their environment variables in the Jenkins server. Next, we'll proceed with setting up the GitHub webhook so that the build process will trigger automatically when a commit was pushed from the Martini desktop. Let's open our Jenkins server. Go to Manage Jenkins. Under System Configuration, go to Configure System. Scroll down to GitHub section. Press Advanced. Then check Specify under hook URL for GitHub configuration. Copy the webhook URL. Press Save. Go back to your remote Git repo. Go to Settings. Webhooks. Add webhook. Then paste the payload URL and under Content Type, select Application JSON. Just leave everything as is and add webhook. Next, we will create the pipeline from our Jenkins server. Go back to Jenkins, New Item, type in the name for the pipeline, select Pipeline, and then press OK. Under Build Triggers, select GitHub Hook Trigger for Git SCM polling. Under Pipeline, select Pipeline Script from SCM. Under SCM, select Git. Then copy the URL for the repo. Since this repo is public, we don't need to add access credentials for our Jenkins server. But if your repo is set on private, you need to create access credentials for the Jenkins server. Click Apply and then press Save. Let's head back to our Martini desktop. Make sure to fetch from your remote Git repo after adding a Jenkins file. Then open Jenkins file. Add the correct URL, username, and password on the Jenkins file. Save the changes and add commit message, commit, and then push. Now let's open our Jenkins server. The build process should start automatically. Take note that on the first build, you have to trigger it manually to set the webhook on active mode. After that, every time a commit was pushed, the build process will start automatically. Now let's go to our Martini server and check the package. Great, demo-jenkins is here. Now you've learned on how to create a deployment pipeline for Martini using Jenkins.